Good morning, Felicia.
Hi, Jeff.
Where in the world are we today, and what are we doing here?
Well, there might be a clue behind me. This is the castle at Walt Disney World Resort's Magic Kingdom, of course. So we're at Magic Kingdom today, but we're here for a pretty specific reason today. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, we're here to see if we can do some geocaching here at Walt Disney World. If you're familiar with geocaching already, we're going to let you know what it's possible to do here at Magic Kingdom. And if you're kind of new to the whole thing, we'll explain it a little bit more in depth later on in the video so we don't bore you too much to start out with. So it is possible to do it here. Unfortunately, there are only virtual caches. There's just one here at the Magic Kingdom, and I think it's down there near the castle. So we're going to head down that way, see if we can find it, and then we're going to figure out what we're supposed to do with it.
Sounds great.
All right, let's head down towards the castle. Well, we managed to navigate the crowd of Main Street USA here at Magic Kingdom and made it down to the castle. I think the geocache is nearby, so I'm going to open up the app here and let's see if we can navigate right over to the geocache and figure out what we're supposed to do.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Well, we navigated over to the cache, and the requirements for this particular virtual cache is we had to upload a selfie or a picture of us at the cache. So I've submitted that, and we've now logged this particular cache.
Perfect.
I'm kind of interested in maybe riding a ride or two while we're here. What is it you'd like to go and do?
So listen, there's one of my favorite rides that rumor has it is about to be closed for an extended refurbishment. And even though it has a long wait time, and we don't usually do long wait times because we come all the time, right? I think we need to do it before it closes for refurbishment. What do you think?
All right, so what ride is that?
Peter Pan,
All
The Adventures of Peter Pan. So let's go ride Peter Pan.
All right, let's head over there and do that.
Sounds great.
Well, now that you've had a chance to ride Peter Pan for, not the last time ever, but...
Last time for a while. Yeah.
We should probably move on with our geocaching adventures.
Sounds good.
Like I said, we just visited the one virtual spot here today. There are no what's known as a traditional geocaches here on Disney property. There is something new that is called the Adventure Lab, where you can do these multi-station stops. Like I know they have one along the Skyliner, they have one along the monorail, one on the boat. So if you're looking to do some general geocaching on Walt Disney property, that is another option. But I think we should head off Disney property a little bit and go find some more traditional geocaches that we've been doing for quite a few years now. What do you think?
I agree. I just wanted to add that there are virtual geocaches in every park.
Yes.
In Disney. So we're not going to do them all today because we don't want to spoil, where they are in case you want to do them. But you can actually do, I think it's 2 at Epcot, right?
Correct.
One at Animal Kingdom, one at Hollywood Studios, and then of course the one that you saw here.
Yeah, and I think there are a few others on property too as well. But like I said, it's something that Disney doesn't really want you putting a physical object on their property. So we're going to head off property and find some of those traditional ones. Let's head out.
Sounds great. Let's go. Okay, so good morning. A couple days have passed since we found the virtual geocache at Magic Kingdom. But anyway, the reason a couple days have passed is because now we want to be kind of out in nature, showing you what a regular or a typical geocache looks like, which is one that's a physical geocache that you can kind of manipulate and do some things with, which we'll show you in a minute. But we live in Central Florida and it's the end of June. And when I tell you the temperature has been the surface of the sun lately, like that's no joke. The humidity's been 80 to 90% with temperatures, you know, in the high 80s and 90s, making it feel like around 100 degrees. So coming out here into nature was not part of what we wanted to do for the last couple days. But this morning, it's right around between 75 and 80 degrees this morning. So we're here very first thing at Tibet Butler Nature Preserve. And if you want to see more about the preserve itself, we did do a solo video on that. So we'll put that link below. But in the meantime, what are we doing here?
Yeah, so like Felicia alluded to, we're here to find what's known as a traditional geocache. And I think there's either 4 or 5 different sizes of them, starting at micro, which is what it implies, something very small. We're going to go find one of those later today. A medium, large, extra large, something along those lines. But they are containers. They're not necessarily a specific type of container. Sometimes it's a little film canister. Sometimes it's an ammo can. It could be a little statue. It could be a little bit of anything that's just placed somewhere in the world. And we've literally found these all around the world, probably just about every country around the world, all over the country. And it's a container that somebody has placed. They've logged it in the geocaching website / app, and you can go and find it. And like I said, these are ones you're physically finding. There's usually a log inside of it that you sign saying that you found it, and then you go and you put it on the actual website that you found it. You can also comment that you didn't find it, because as you can imagine, sometimes some of these geocaches can disappear. Somebody finds it. They refer to people who don't really know what geocaching is as muggles. So if you are going to go and do some geocaching and you're looking for it, try not to let the muggles see that you're out there looking for it, especially the ones that are more like, in the cities or towns or shopping plazas. This one's out in the middle of the woods. I haven't seen anybody else here this morning, so we shouldn't have a problem. No. So we're still, I don't know, about half a mile away from it. I'll throw up on the screen here about where we are and how far away that geocache is. So we're just going to kind of walk over there, because I know about where this geocache is, even though we've been here to Tibet Butler before, but never to this geocache. I didn't even know there was one here. So we're going to walk in the general area, then I'll fire the app up, and then we'll navigate to where it actually is, because I would imagine it's probably not directly next to the trail. So
right, and it's just to note too, they're based on the coordinates of like geo coordinates of where things are. That's what you get.
Latitude, longitude.
Yeah, that's what you get as information in order to be able to kind of go on this little scavenger hunt.
All right, so let's head down the trail, get a little bit closer, and then we'll navigate right to it, hopefully.
Sounds great. Let's go.
All right, we made it to the part of the trail where we think the geocache is nearby. Usually for larger caches, they're hidden well off the trail, because you don't want the average person, the muggles that I mentioned earlier, to be able to find them. So I'm going to start up the app now and navigate back into the woods. I think I'm going to turn the camera over here to Felicia, and I'll let her follow me while I use the app. And I got the app started up here, and I'm going to navigate towards it.
Okay, let's go.
And it says it's about 92 feet away. And I don't have a very strong GPS signal right now, so I think I'm going to look at the hint. And it says it's in a clump of palmettos. Now, there's quite a few palmettos around here, but I'll just keep an eye on that as I get close. I would imagine they didn't hide it too far off the path. Actually, I think that's it right there, hidden right in front of me. It says it's 25 feet away right now, but like I said, I don't have that strong of a GPS signal. But this is what it looks like. There's usually something in the description, like this says, for the safety of the wildlife, please do not leave food in the geocache box. They do make official stickers sometimes that they'll slap on here to kind of describe what it is. But I think I'll stop recording on my phone here now, and I'll open this up. Let's see what's inside. This one is obviously a waterproof container, because it, to help hide everything. Actually, they have a container inside of a container. They have a whole sheet here describing about what this is, in case if the random person stumbles across it. But there are a number looks like little toys and whatnot that are in there. When my kids were younger, we used to go geocaching a lot, and it was fun to go find these larger ones like this because there was a lot of little toys and trinkets, usually like Happy Meal toys, trinkets, and things like that. Because there is no official policy, but you can usually like take one, leave one. You could just take one if you wanted to. There are some official trackable items. They'll have like a little dog tag attached to it, and you can actually log those on the website and track to see where they've been all around the world. But I don't think I want to bore you guys with pulling this log out and closing this back up and hiding it back away. I just want to make the point of when you find a geocache, whether it's a large one like this or like the micro ones that we're going to go find next, just make sure that you put it back exactly where you found it. Or if it looks like somebody's been messing with it, maybe hide it. Some of them like to put leaves or branches over the top of it. Don't make it too hard for the next person, but basically put it back where you find it. So like I said, I think I'll finish logging this both on the paper and in the app, and then we'll move on and we'll try to find a micro cache. All right, well, it's been a few days since we found the last geocache. On that same day, we actually went to find a micro cache, the last kind we want to find. And what happened?
It's not there. And then when we looked to see when the last time it was found was, it had actually been a couple months. So that's a pro tip. Look to see when the last time the cache was found, because if it hasn't been found in a while, it's probably been moved or taken away or vandalized or something.
Yeah. So we decided to find a different one. We were down here just like, I don't know, less than a mile away from Disney Springs. And we're gonna find a micro cache, which is always a very small container. Sometimes it's a little film canister, sometimes it's a little magnetic like key hiding thing. It could be literally anything, but it's micro. One pro tip again is make sure you bring along a pen with you, because there's not room inside of it to log your cache. It's usually just a little rolled up piece of paper. And you're just gonna sign your name saying that you found it.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we're in the general area, I'm gonna get my phone out, start up the app, and I think we'll let Felicia find this one. What do you think?
Cool.
All right. All right, I've got my phone out, the app started up. The one we're gonna find is sign everywhere sign. So I'm guessing it's probably on or near one of these nearby signs.
Sounds
so
good.
let's go see if we can find it. It wants me to head over in this direction. We're currently about 80 feet away or so. All right, getting closer, down to about 60 feet. Don't get run over here.
Right.
One thing they tell you to look out for when you're in a place like this, there are obviously a lot of people around who don't know about geocaching, and they call them muggles. Just make sure nobody really pays attention to what you're doing. It says we're only about 5 feet away, so I think about right over here to the
One
right.
of these signs, maybe?
Here's some signs, yeah. We've got a do not enter sign and a stop sign, maybe between the two. I don't see anything between them.
I think it's this.
Right there. Can you reach that?
Barely. Yep, this is it.
Felicia's little height challenge. Yeah, that looks like it. We found it.
Yay. As you can see on the inside, it's just a couple of little rolled up pieces of paper, or maybe one that's rolled twice, or however it is. A little tough to get out maybe, but we're gonna give it a try. Let's see if I can use my
All right. And while Felicia gets that out, I'm gonna go ahead and log that I found the cache.
Felicia's not getting this out. It's like way down in now.
One eternity later.
Today's date.
All right, I think as I mentioned previously, there are actually more than 3 different types of caches. The sport, so to speak, has changed quite a bit over the years. But in this video, we found that virtual cache first, that much larger container, and now a micro one. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for this part of the video, but is there anything else you wanted to add?
I just want to say, if you have experienced geocaching, or if you like to geocache, or you know of some great places, especially in Central Florida, for us to visit, go ahead and drop those things in the comments below if you'd like. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, well, thanks a lot for watching this video. Please like it if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that, and ring that notification bell so you know when our next video comes out.
Perfect. See you next time.
Thanks.